Even though the concept of a personal brand has been around since 1937, first introduced by Napoleon Hill in his book Think and Grow Rich, the idea has become more prominent with the spread of the internet and especially social media. Here are our 7 steps to developing your personal brand. Up until very recently, most people saw branding as a thing which was just for bigger businesses. However, in recent generations, we have realized that everything can be a brand. Look at it this way, just like a household brand that you know, you look at Apple, you look at Microsoft, you have your own attributes, you have your own ways of thinking. All of that constitutes your branding. The increasingly interconnected world that we live in today has made us more aware of our personal attributes and how we perceive them and how we present them. Again, all of this constitutes your personal branding. In fact, in today's market, a personal brand can be as important as a company brand, and in some cases, the personal brand can be even more important. For some industries, this personal branding might be even more important. You look at Elon Musk, you look at Sir Richard Branson, they are the true representatives of their company, and you associate their faces with the company itself. After all, the modern consumers these days want to hear your personal stories, want to hear from the founders of the company and how they look at their companies themselves. People want to know about their struggles, people want to know about their failures as well as the successes. The focus on this storytelling means that you need to put yourself out there. Branding and marketing yourself these days is as important as having a strategy for your business. So, how do you create your personal brand? Here are our 7 steps.
So number 1, be yourself. I know it may sound like something that a motivational speaker may say, but it's really important to be yourself. In other areas of branding, you can have a look at what other individuals and other companies are doing with their branding to take inspiration. However, in personal branding, you don't have to follow the crowd. In fact, it's better to have your own unique style, which will make you stand out. As the old cliche goes, people buy from people. And this is an opportunity to present yourself where people can see who you are and they will love spend time and hearing from you. Reflect and understand your views and opinion. And it's just like politics. There's no real right or wrong answer. However, it's important to have a stance.
Number 2, create trust. Logically, what is the next step to being yourself? Sharing that self with the rest of the world. And how you do it? Share the story behind how you are and why you are that way. Share the things that drive and motivate you. This means that people will be more comfortable in working with you because of your genuineness, because you have instigated trust. This also means that you need to stand out in some way from the market. So for me, for example, on LinkedIn, when I post something, I write in my own way. Sentences are structured in a way that is unique to me. I put the paragraphs in a way which is unique to me. So when you read that post, you know it's coming from me. While doing all this, what I'm trying to establish is clear value in my content. And talking about value doesn't just mean our digital marketing business. I talk about sustainability, I talk about technology, I talk about football, I talk about anything which is happening in my life or professional life, to be fair, which helps me build trust with the people who follow me on LinkedIn. And while doing all this, I make sure that I maintain that trust, that you can see that these words are coming from me. I'm not just writing them for the sake of getting attention. They are literally my feelings that I'm conveying to my audience.
Number 3, build more important relationships. Over time, you'll notice that your connections increase, but more importantly, you'll know who to spend more time with and who is more important to your business. It's a good idea to understand how to nurture these relationships because those connections will be pivotal to opening up doors for future business. Plan and research the gatekeepers that hold the keys to your ideal circles because these individuals are the ones that hold the aces to your success. I personally believe it's important to know and remember conversation with connections, and this could be from their personal problems, their business challenges, or even their favorite coffee shop. Forgetting or guessing is unprofessional in my book. So for this reason, I use Zoho CRM, and this is a great tool to be able to track journeys of connections.
Number 4, be consistent. Ultimately, your personal brand is you. This means that very early on, you need to define yourself how you are going to behave and then be consistent with it. Although it's possible to change and evolve over time, your clients and potential customers will only start seeing what you're all about if you stay consistent. If you change every 5 minutes, if you change every day, this is not going to happen. If you're building your personal branding through various platforms, which you should be doing, just remember that the overall message needs to be the same, even though you can make a few changes on the basis of the platform. There are plenty of ways in which you can keep this underlying message the same. For example, keep your mottos the same, use the same logos, use the same color schemes, which show that these messages are coming from the same person, along with the overall message that you are delivering. In fact, you can even work your personal branding into something as small as your signature on your email. The possibilities are endless. The point I'm trying to make is be consistent with your personal branding, because all brands are consistent.
Number 5, create a positive impact. What you do is generally boring. However, why you do it is what makes it interesting. This is the opportunity for you to create the vision of your positive impacts. Those who feel and resonate with you will come on board with your mission. I believe it's important to bring individuals with you, especially those that are the early adopters of your products and services, allowing them to grow with you. For some reason, something that I've seen, when businesses or individuals have grown, they actively burn bridges with their old connections. In the well-known book, The Art of War, something it describes is to avoid colossal damage. In the business sense, to me, what this means is to avoid personal conflict or grudges because it creates more damage than good. Keeping a positive attitude will have a healthy effect on your brand in the long run.
Number 6, measure your success regularly. Set some KPIs for your personal branding so you know that you're going in the right direction. This is generally done in 4 steps. First, profitability. You are not doing all this without a reason. You do want to make money as a business or as an individual who's working in a professional capacity. Money is still important in these cases. Second, audience satisfaction. You are not producing content. You are not doing all these things just for yourself. You have an audience that you want to connect with. A personal brand is nothing without the impact that it creates. So do measure the impact that you are having on the people who are following you. Third, your own satisfaction. Are you happy with the way you are portraying yourself? Hopefully, you remain happy, but keep a check of these things, both physically and mentally. And fourth, how is your time spent? What is actually that you do during the day? What you need to keep an eye on is to make sure that you are not consumed by the pressures of building a personal brand. Be kind to yourself and take part in value-adding activities, both for your audience and yourself. At the end of all this, celebrate every small victory that you achieve on the journey of developing your personal brand.
And finally, number 7. Be ready to fail. Failure can be tough, depending on the perspective that you take. If you allow yourself to be vulnerable, you're giving yourself opportunity to learn and experience something that you wouldn't have otherwise. I believe the money is in self-reflection and welcoming feedback. Businesses who fail to evolve and innovate are the ones that become extinct. The very best brands take a mad scientist approach where they make errors, take on feedback, and make improvements.
Before we conclude this video, we also wanted to cover some of the potential negatives that you can fall into while being on the journey of developing your personal brand. What you need to understand is personal branding promises increased success in your business. As a result, thousands of books, articles, coaches all exist just to develop your personal brand. Most of these sources will have strategies who want to push you into thinking of personal branding as the more of who you are, more of yourself, and what you could be. What we need to understand is there are both positives and negatives of human existence which need to be embraced in your personal branding. Once we fall into the trap of presenting a fully polished version of ourselves and putting it out there, the only way is down. How many times have we seen a celebrity making a fool of themselves, losing their temper in public, and all of this becoming news? The fact is, these celebrities are humans too. We have just set standards for them and put them so high that they cannot act like normal humans. We need to stop judging ourselves and others on unrealistic expectations. That is why your personal branding needs to be kept in check. The other side of these strategies for success is self-commodification, because personal branding in some ways is glorifying your own reality. It is not like traditional branding for products and services. Personal branding puts people in place of products, which subverts our humanity. Yes, be the face of your business, be the face of your products and services, but don't get consumed by the need to be the face of your business. Good luck with your personal branding.
I'm Harmeet Singh.
And I'm Tasir Ahmed. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. And if you would like to see our personal branding more in action, come and follow us on LinkedIn. Cheers.